What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Stanley T from WearTesters.com, here to bring you a much anticipated performance review of what you all been waiting for, the Air Jordan XXXII. First up is the traction. Traction on the Air Jordan XXXII was awesome. It was so close to getting a Hall of Fame badge, but it just missed the mark. Suffice to say, that is not necessarily a bad thing. The traction pattern compared from the Air Jordan XXXI, this is a vast improvement. I'm assuming the chemical compound they utilized and the non-traditional herringbone traction pattern they utilized on the Air Jordan XXXII really gripped the floor really well. There is some cases where it takes a little bit of time to break in the outsole rubber compound. So once you start gaining a little bit of traction, a little bit of friction built into the floor that you're playing on, it will grip the floor eventually, you know, very well. The other thing is, again, if you play on dusty floors, you're occasionally going to have the wipes on the shoe itself. It's not something like XDR traction, but you know, it fits the mold and it works very well to the ground no matter what I've thrown at it, what type of lateral movements, hard cuts and stuff like that. So it's a very vast improvement from the previous few models, from 29, 30 we don't even talk about, but the 31. So out of all this, the traction, really badass. On to the cushion. The cushion setup of the Air Jordan XXXII utilizes a 4-foot unlocked Zoom Air and a bottom-loaded heel zoom unit on the heel. So, how does it work compared from the Air Jordan XXXI? Well, I'm not really trying to do a comparison. Previous on the Air Jordan XXXI, it utilized a full-length unlocked zoom. But the only problem with that is it didn't allow too much flexibility on a shoe. For this case, being that it's separated and segmented from the forefoot and heel, it worked really well. However, there are some cases where the final midsole itself was a little bit stiff to start off with due to the PVX plate, speed plate in regards of built into the shoe itself. That gives you stability and balance in regards to the shoe while you're playing. So that's it. Once you played it a few games and whatnot, it starts to loosen up, allowed a lot more flexibility in regards to the shoe, and it's not something to be concerned about. While the cushion setup worked really well, I do have a heavier foot. I do play a bigger position, so upon planting my feet, I didn't have a problem. A lot of good impact protection for players who play a bigger position like myself or play that type of point forward position. So, which any case, whether you're a guard or forward, center, no matter what position you play, and for people who require that type of haptic feedback and cushion impact protection, the Air Jordan XXXII has you completely covered. Next up is the materials, and man, let me tell you something. The materials on the Air Jordan XXXII utilizes a full-length fly-knit upper. You have some cases where the knit areas, where they tightly knitted certain areas for durability purposes, and you also have, and from the medium size of the foot to the tongue itself, is a little bit more stretchy, allowing your foot for more mobility, breathability, and for constant movement and flexibility. You have some synthetic leather wrapped around from the midfoot to the back and the heel, which provides you a more stable fit. I don't feel like it's necessarily needed. However, you have this external heel counterpiece and an internal heel counter along the lines padding of the interior of the shoe. Once you put your feet in, you're pretty much set. You're comfortable. For certain cases, you might expect the Achilles and heel pillows that they previously put on the 31 or 30 or 28 or 29 or so forth. However, for this case, they just add a little bit more materials along the heel. There are no heel pillows itself, but it keeps you locked in once you're laced in. The rest of the shoe is comprised of a translucent rubber outsole, and to go along with it, you have a PVX plate segmented into the shoe for stability purposes, and you also have a large volume 4-foot zoom unit and a heel zoom unit. So that's pretty much it. The materials utilized on the shoe is pretty top notch, and this was one of my favorite features on the Air Jordan XXXII. Next up, the fit. The fit of the Air Jordan XXXII is somewhat of a surprising feature. Shout out to Jordan Brand for sending me these, so big ups. The main thing is I do naturally wear a size 13, so when they sent me the pair, it was my natural size 13. My minor concern is that I do have slightly wider feet, but due to the nature being that it is a full-length fly-knit upper, didn't have too much concern. So when I put them on, the shoe itself did fit slightly long. You could possibly go down half a size, but if you do have slightly wider feet, I do consider suggesting trying them on in store or going naturally true to size. Along playing in the shoe, after I play in a couple games, the material itself starting to loosen up, stretch out a little because it is a knitted upper. So I relaced the shoe, tightened it tight up, And from there on, the shoe and the materials itself really contoured to my feet really well. So the shoe being slightly long, fitting slightly long, wasn't really a concern naturally after all. Started playing in it, played really fine. So the natural one-to-one fit, it was almost one-to-one fit. However, due to the amount of heat retention I do have in the shoe, with the material stretching and relacing the shoe, it was natural for me to stick with the true to size, and this worked really well. I did have some minor concerns after playing it in a long period of time and putting in a lot of hours in. The top lacing lace loop on top of here, when I tried to lace it loop, still felt slightly loose, but that was more of a mental thing for me because I've had a previous issue with having ankle injuries and whatnot. However, that's a slight oversight on the factor behind it. So, which this case, it didn't cause me any super concerns and whatnot. So naturally, in regards to the fit, definitely try these on in stores, or if you have slightly wider feet, stay true to size. Next up is the support. The support from the Air Jordan 32 comes directly from the fit itself. And the fit for me was naturally true to size and really good to go. After a little bit of break-in time from the shoe itself, the shoe itself really contoured to my feet really well, which provided enough ample support from the slightly padded heel collar, the internal and external heel counter, and the awesome traction pattern and the translucent solid outsole that they utilized. It was really solid on court no matter what I threw at it. And on top of that, forefoot and heel zoom. Come on, man. Come on. Jordan brand. You did right by me, and you did right by everybody else who's about to play in the shoe and who's considering buying the shoe. So in regards to support, not really much to complain about. Ladies and gents, overall, what do I think of the shoe? Overall, I think this is hands down, one of the best Air Jordan performance models to date, period. I'm not going to backtrack from the 31, 28, 29, because those were awesome. Forefoot heel zoom units, awesome traction pattern, and really awesome materials utilized. I mean, honestly, I think Jordan brand is taking a step in the proper and right direction when they did this. The only minor thing was probably the top lacing area, and maybe try to cut down on the weight of the shoe. I know you're trying to use kind of prime materials like the synthetic leather around the shoe. Probably in that case, from my opinion, it probably wasn't even necessary. But to each his own, because you do want the shoe to look nice but also perform well on court. So, you know, you give and take whatever you can. However, it is the right step. It is the step in the right direction for Jordan brand coming out with this particular shoe, and it really played well on court. Honestly, I think it's one of my favorite shoes of 2017 to date, and the year isn't over yet. And for this particular model, it fit the mold of my every need for the position that I play. So for whether you're a guard, play a fast game, down on the block game, or a forward or center, whatever, this shoe is made for any position that you play, and however your game is, it's nurtured to your game in particular. So definitely a positive, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for the Air Jordan 33. Maybe some cement, maybe some elephant print and whatever, but we'll see. Well, that's it for me. Stanley T from WearTesters.com, giving you a much anticipated performance review of the Air Jordan 32. Make sure you hit like, subscribe to the video, share it with your friends, your peers, your coaches, your teammates, your aunties, your uncle, your aunt, your dog, whoever. If you have any comments, please leave it down in the comment section below the video, or you can hit me up on my social at TSCStanley23 on Instagram and or Twitter. For all your other sneaker related news or performance reviews, make sure you head over to WearTesters.com. I want to give a big shout out to the Jordan brand family out there. Thank you for sending me these so I could wear test these for you and give you this performance review. And second, I want to give a big shout out to the team out there for sending me this color pair with this particular date, which is October 18th, which releases on Eastbay and all your Nike retailers out there. But most importantly, for this particular date, it is my mom's birthday, so rest in peace to her. I know she would love this particular shoe, and she'd probably take these from me and wear them for herself because it is her birthday. So I hold this pair in particular and close to my heart. So sorry for the ramble, but I did want to give that thank you out, and hopefully my mom's proud of me for doing this. Other than that, that's pretty much it. This is Stanley T signing out. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here for WearTesters.com. Peace.
WearTesters.